Ever wondered about the world's rarest diseases that you've probably never heard of? Welcome to the realm of medical mysteries, a world where the rare and the unusual coexist. As we traverse the landscape of human health, we encounter conditions that break the mold of what we typically understand as diseases. What qualifies a disease as rare, you ask? Generally, a disease is considered rare if it affects fewer than 200,000 people at any given time. These diseases, often overlooked, are a treasure trove of information waiting to be discovered. They challenge our understanding of human biology, pushing the boundaries of what we know about the human body and how it can malfunction. As we journey through the world of the rare and the mysterious, remember that knowledge is power. Understanding these conditions can lead to better treatments and improved quality of life for those affected. So, are you ready? Join us as we unravel the mysteries of these rare diseases. Imagine a life where your muscles turn into bones. Sounds like a myth, right? But it's not. Welcome to the reality of people suffering from a rare genetic disorder known as fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, or simply the Stoneman syndrome. This condition is as peculiar as it is heartbreaking. The body's repair mechanism goes awry, causing soft tissues and muscles to gradually ossify or turn into bone. Picture a second skeleton growing within you, restricting your movement over time. The symptoms often begin in childhood, with malformed big toes being a telltale sign. As the disease progresses, bumps or swellings may appear, often following minor injuries or viral illnesses. These swellings, called flare-ups, gradually transform the muscles and connective tissues into solid bone. The Stoneman syndrome is incredibly rare, affecting approximately 1 in 2 million people globally. There's currently no cure, only treatments to manage symptoms and improve quality of life. A disease that turns you to stone, quite literally. Laughter is the best medicine, but what if it's the disease? Picture this, a disease that compels you to laugh uncontrollably, even when there's nothing funny going on. It's called kuru, or the laughing sickness, and it's as eerie as it sounds. This neurological disorder was once rampant among the Fore tribe in Papua New Guinea. The tribe's ritualistic cannibalism practices led to the spread of the disease. You heard that right, cannibalism. It's believed that consuming the brain of a deceased tribe member passed on abnormal proteins, triggering the disease. As for symptoms, they're no laughing matter. They start with tremors, then progress to emotional instability, uncontrolled laughter, and eventually, a lack of coordination so severe that it's impossible to stand or walk. Thankfully, kuru is incredibly rare today, thanks to changes in cultural practices. But it leaves us with an unsettling thought. An irony of life, a disease that makes you laugh till you can't anymore. Vampires aren't just in your favorite horror movies, they are among us. Now, before you grab your garlic and steaks, let's clarify. We're talking about a rare and intriguing condition known as porphyria, often dubbed as the vampire disease. Porphyria is a group of disorders that result from a buildup of natural chemicals that produce porphyrin, a vital component for the function of hemoglobin in your blood. This buildup, primarily in your skin and nervous system, can cause a host of symptoms. These may include painful sensitivity to sunlight, red or brown urine, and even changes in the color of your skin. Now you might think, how common could this possibly be? Well, it's quite rare. The estimates suggest that porphyria affects fewer than 200,000 people in the United States. So, while it's unlikely you'll bump into a real-life vampire, it's a fascinating reminder of the myriad ways our bodies can surprise us. A disease that makes the sun your worst enemy. What if you believed you were dead while you're still alive? This is the reality for those suffering from Cotard's syndrome, also known as the walking corpse syndrome. This mind-boggling condition is characterized by individuals who are convinced they're dead or that parts of their body no longer exist, despite being perfectly healthy. The symptoms of Cotard's syndrome are as strange as the condition itself. Patients can experience a wide range of delusions, from believing they're missing organs, blood, or body parts, to thinking they're eternally damned or simply do not exist. But what causes this eerie condition? While the exact cause is still unknown, it's often linked to severe depression, schizophrenia, or severe traumatic brain injuries. Cotard's syndrome is incredibly rare, with only a handful of cases reported worldwide. This is a chilling condition that makes you feel like a walking corpse. It's a stark reminder that our brains, as complex as they are, can sometimes lead us astray in the most unexpected ways. Ever thought your hand could have a mind of its own? Well, welcome to the peculiar world of alien hand syndrome. This rare neurological disorder, first identified in the 1900s, makes a person's hand move without their conscious control. Imagine your hand reaching for a cup of coffee you didn't want or slapping away a book you were reading. The symptoms of alien hand syndrome can vary from person to person, but they all involve some loss of control over one hand. It's as if the hand has its own will, sometimes even conflicting with the person's intentions. So, what causes this alien-like behavior? It's usually linked to damage in the brain, specifically the corpus callosum, often due to stroke, brain surgery, or certain degenerative brain diseases. It's an extremely rare condition, with only around 60 cases documented worldwide. A strange disorder where your own hand seems alien to you. Now, isn't that a fascinating journey into the unknown? Sleeping for days on end might sound like a dream, but it's a reality for some. Welcome to the world of Kleine-Levin syndrome, also known as Sleeping Beauty syndrome. This peculiar disorder is characterized by recurring periods of excessive sleep, sometimes up to 20 hours a day, accompanied by altered behavior and cognitive changes. Imagine waking up not knowing if you've been asleep for a few hours or several days. This is the reality of those affected. It's a disorder that primarily affects adolescents, but it can strike at any age, and its causes remain largely a mystery. Though researchers believe it may be related to malfunctioning of certain areas in the brain, there's still a lot to uncover about this rare condition. It's estimated to affect only 1 in a million people worldwide, making it an incredibly rare phenomenon. A disorder that turns people into real-life sleeping beauties. Werewolves aren't just mythical creatures, they can be real too. Now, before you start thinking about howling at the moon, let's clarify. We're talking about a rare medical condition known as hypertrichosis, more commonly referred to as werewolf syndrome. This condition is characterized by excessive hair growth, which can occur all over the body or just in certain areas. The cause of hypertrichosis is largely unknown, but it's believed to be genetic, with mutations in certain genes potentially leading to the condition. It's an extremely rare syndrome, with fewer than 100 documented cases worldwide. Those living with hypertrichosis can face a variety of challenges, not just physical, but also social and psychological, due to the striking appearance it can cause. Although there's currently no cure for hypertrichosis, treatments can help manage the symptoms. Options include hair removal techniques such as waxing, shaving, or laser treatment. So in a way, it's a condition that makes you a human with a wolf's coat. What if your skin could sprout like a tree's bark? Sounds like a plot point in a fantasy novel, right? However, it's actually a real-life medical condition known as epidermodysplasia verruciformis, more commonly called the tree man syndrome. This incredibly rare genetic disorder affects the skin, causing it to grow scaly and wart-like outgrowths that resemble tree bark. The condition is usually evident from childhood, with lesions appearing and growing over time. The primary cause of this syndrome is a defect in the EVER1 and EVER2 genes. These genes are responsible for making the proteins that protect the body against certain types of the human papillomavirus. When these genes are defective, the virus can run rampant, leading to the unique symptoms of the tree man syndrome. With fewer than 100 documented cases worldwide, this syndrome is a poignant reminder of the diverse range of health challenges that the human body can face. A rare disease that turns skin into tree bark. Water is life, but what if it becomes your worst nightmare? Imagine a world where a simple shower, a rainy day, or even a tear rolling down your cheek could cause a severe allergic reaction. Sounds unimaginable, right? But for individuals living with aquagenic urticaria, also known as water allergy, this is their reality. This rare condition is characterized by the development of itchy hives and welts on the skin immediately after coming into contact with water, regardless of its temperature or source. The exact cause of aquagenic urticaria remains a mystery to scientists. Some suggest it's not the water itself, but substances dissolved in it that trigger the symptoms. Others propose a genetic link. But one thing is certain, this condition is extremely rare, with fewer than 100 documented cases worldwide. So next time you quench your thirst with a glass of water, spare a thought for those for whom this simple act could trigger a painful reaction, an unusual allergy that makes water your enemy. These diseases might sound like they're straight out of a science fiction movie, but they are very real for those who live with them. We've embarked on a journey through the lesser-known territories of medical science, from the stone man syndrome that turns soft tissues into bone, to the water allergy, where even a simple shower can be life-threatening. We've delved into the laughing sickness, a fatal condition marked by uncontrollable laughter, and explored the rare walking corpse syndrome, where individuals believe they are dead. We've unraveled the peculiarities of alien hand syndrome, sleeping beauty syndrome, werewolf syndrome, and tree man syndrome. These conditions, while fascinating, are a stark reminder of the complexities that lie within the human body. I encourage you to explore and learn more about these and other rare diseases. Knowledge is power, after all. It's a vast world out there, filled with mysteries, and sometimes they lie within us.